1.2 Sequences. Okay, we look at the definition of sequence. Sequence is a set of numbers or objects arranged according to a certain patterns. Okay, we recall that pattern. Pattern refer to the rule you use to arrange numbers or objects. Okay, so sequence is a set of numbers. So for example, here we have set of numbers. Okay, and then in sequence must have patterns. Okay, so for example, this one, example 6, determine whether each of numbers is a sequence. Okay, so if you want to identify whether it is a sequence or not, you look at, is there any pattern involved or not in this sequence of numbers. Okay, so if you look at here, -10, -6, -2, 2 and 6, so you identify the patterns involved. So if you look at here, the pattern involved is add 4. Okay, you add 4, -10 plus 4 you get -6, -6 plus 4 you get -2, and so on. Okay, so since you can see there is a pattern involved for these numbers of sequence, okay, so this is what we call as a sequence. Yes. Okay, so if you look at B, okay, so you cannot see any patterns involved for this sequence of numbers. Okay, of these sets of numbers, not sequence. Okay, of the sets of number. So since there is no pattern involved, so you cannot say this one is a sequence. Okay, so sequence is a set of numbers. For example, this is set of numbers, so it must involve pattern. Okay, if there is no pattern, that one we cannot call as sequence. Okay, now we look at example 7. Complete the number sequence below. So if you want to complete the given number sequence, you have to identify the patterns involved. Okay, for example, if you look at the given solution here, okay, the patterns involved is add 6. Okay, 7, you add 6, you get 13, and then to obtain the next number you have to add 6 and continue this number sequence, and you will get the answer for question A. Okay, and then for B, the patterns involved is -12, okay, or subtract 12. So you subtract 1 by 1 to complete the given number sequence. And then for C, you times with 0.3. And then for D, you add 1/3 to obtain the next number. Okay, so if the question asks you to complete the number sequence, you have to identify the patterns involved. Okay, what is patterns? Patterns refer to the rule that you use to arrange the given number. Okay, for pattern it can be addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. Okay, for example 8. So if you look at example 8, complete the number sequence below based on the given pattern. Now already given the patterns. For example A, already given the patterns involved is subtract 4. Okay, and then the sequence start with 96. Okay, so to obtain the next number you have to minus with 4. For example, 96 minus with 4, you will get 92. Okay, 92 minus 4, you get 88, and so on. Okay, like that. Okay, for B also already given, the patterns involved is multiply previous number by 3. So it starts with 7, so 7 times with 3, you will get 21, and then 21 times 3 you get 63, 63 times 3 you get 189, and then 5, 6, 7, 1701. Okay, and then for C, subtract 8. So 21.3 minus 8, you get 13.3, and then 13.3 minus 8, 5.3. Okay, you just complete all the sequence. Okay, and then D divide by 5. So you divide 1 by 1. For example, 400 divided by 5 you get 80. 80 divided by 5 you get 16. And then divide by 5 you get 3.2, and so on. Okay, so if you already given the patterns and then the first term in number sequence, okay, you just use the given patterns to obtain the next numbers. Okay.